Have you ever noticed that everything in your life seems to be changing at once? If you were born under the sign of Aries, pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because there are 9 powerful signs that show that the universe is preparing something great for you. And you know what's even more incredible? These signs are already happening in your life right now, but maybe you haven't realized it yet. I know you may be feeling tired, confused, or even questioning whether it's worth continuing to move forward. Maybe you're going through difficult situations that make you doubt your own path. But I need to tell you a truth that will completely change the way you see everything you're experiencing right now. What seems like an ending is actually just the beginning of a new stage prepared especially for you. And I'm not talking about coincidence, no. I'm talking about a divine plan that is unfolding in your life right now. In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly what these 9 signs are that show that a profound transformation is knocking at your door. You'll understand why certain things had to end, why some people walked away, and why those doors that seemed perfect closed in front of you. But be careful. If you don't understand these signs now, you could end up missing out on unique opportunities that will never come again. So stay with me until the end, because every word you hear has been carefully crafted to open your eyes to the truth about the extraordinary moment you're living in. The first sign that a new stage is approaching is the end of old cycles that simply no longer make sense in your life. And this is no coincidence. When you notice that relationships that lasted years begin to lose strength, when old friendships seem to no longer have the same connection they once had, when even habits you've had for a long time begin to bother you, this is a clear sign. The universe is clearing the ground in your life. Think about it, how can a plant grow strong and healthy if the soil is full of weeds? It can't. And that's exactly what's happening to you now. Each thing leaving your life isn't a loss, it's a preparation. It's the divine making space for the new to come. I know it hurts. I know that when we look back and see everything we've built crumbling, our hearts ache. But you need to trust the process. Aries is the sign of the pioneer, the warrior who isn't afraid to start over. And this courage within you isn't there by chance. It was placed in your being precisely for moments like this. When you were born under this sign, you received a special mission. To break new ground, to be the first to step where others fear to tread. And now, at this moment in your life, that mission is revealing itself more clearly than ever. The cycles that are ending are not punishment, they are liberation. Every door that closes is forever locking away situations that only prevented you from growing. Every person who leaves is making room for true connections that are on the way. And you can be absolutely certain that when the new arrives, you will look back and be grateful for every ending that seemed painful. Because only then, free from the weight of the past, can you soar toward the destiny that was prepared for you from the beginning. The second test lies in the internal battles you've been facing lately. If you've been feeling a deep restlessness, a feeling that you need to change but don't know exactly what, this isn't confusion. It's awakening. The divine is stirring within you, removing layers and layers of limiting beliefs you've accumulated throughout your life. You know those voices in your head that tell you you're not capable? That you don't deserve it? That it's too late to start over? These voices are being challenged now. And this internal battle you're facing is precisely the process of freeing yourself from these lies they planted within you. Often since childhood, we've heard things that shape the way we see ourselves. Someone said you were too impulsive, and you spent your life trying to control yourself. Someone said you were stubborn, and you began to doubt your own convictions. But now the universe is breaking these chains. It's showing you who you really are, without the masks you've been forced to wear to please others. And that's scary, yes, because when we begin to reconnect with our true essence, we realize we've spent too long being someone we weren't. But this shock is necessary. It's like waking from a deep sleep. The first few seconds are confusing, but then comes the relief of being conscious again. You Aries were born to lead, to initiate, to have courage where others tremble. And these qualities, which may have been stifled, are now resurfacing with full force. The discomfort you feel isn't a sign that something is wrong. On the contrary, it's a sign that something is finally falling into place. It's your true self struggling to emerge and take the place that should always have been its own. The third proof is the dreams and visions that have become more frequent and vivid in your life. If you've been waking up in the middle of the night with ideas that seem to come out of nowhere, if thoughts about your future have been invading your mind with a clarity you've never had before, pay attention. The spiritual world speaks to us in many ways, and one of the most powerful is through our dreams and our intuition. When we're about to enter a new phase, the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds thins. Messages begin to arrive more easily. You begin to have premonitions that are later confirmed. You start thinking about someone and they call you minutes later. You begin to feel like you should avoid a certain path, only to discover you made the right decision. These are all ways the universe is showing you that you are being guided, that you are not alone on this journey. For Aries, this connection with the divine is especially important now, because the next chapter of your life will require you to trust the unseen. It will require you to take steps of faith, even without having all the answers. And these dreams, these intuitions you're having are like training. The universe is teaching you to listen to the inner voice that always knows the right path. So don't ignore these signs. When you wake up with an idea, write it down. When you feel a strong urge to do something, even if it seems illogical, seriously consider it, because it may be the exact direction you need to go. Often, the answer we seek outside of ourselves is already within us, just waiting for us to pay attention. Now, before we continue with the upcoming tests, I need to ask you something very important. If this video is touching your heart, if you feel like these words were meant for you, then subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell. Don't delay, because every day new content like this arrives here to help you on your spiritual journey. And leave a comment below where you're watching from. I want to know if these messages are reaching you wherever you are. If these words are truly making a difference in your life, consider becoming a member of the channel. Your support is what allows this work to continue, to reach more people, to transform more lives through these messages. And believe me, when you support work that benefits you, the universe reciprocates in ways you can't even imagine. So click here, subscribe, activate the bell, and let's join us on this journey of growth and transformation. The fourth test lies in the material losses or financial difficulties you may be facing. I know this may seem strange. How can a difficulty be a sign of something good coming? But let me explain. When the divine wants to elevate someone to a new level, it often needs to first remove the anchors that hold them down. And do you know what often acts as an anchor? The material comfort that makes us complacent. That job that pays the bills but slowly kills your soul. That financial situation that's sufficient but prevents you from dreaming big. That lifestyle that's secure but doesn't allow you to grow. When these structures begin to shake, it's not to destroy you. It's to force you to build something greater, something more aligned with your true purpose. Think about it. If you're too comfortable, what reason would you have to seek something different? None. Most people only move when the pain of staying still becomes greater than the fear of change. And perhaps that's exactly what's happening to you right now. The difficulties that seem like obstacles are actually nudges from the universe telling you that you were born for something greater than this. Aries is a sign of fire, of action, of achievement. You weren't made for mediocrity, for sameness, for living a small, dull life. You were made to shine, to conquer, to achieve the impossible. But sometimes for that to happen, the ground needs to shake a little. It needs to become unstable enough that you have no choice but to fly. So if you're experiencing financial hardship, if material things seem to be slipping through your fingers, don't despair. Ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? Where is the universe trying to direct me? What new skill do I need to develop? What different path do I need to consider? The answers will come, and when they do, you'll realize it was all part of a much larger plan. The fifth test lies in the loneliness you may be feeling lately. And this is one of the hardest to accept because we, human beings, are made for connection. We need people around us, hugs, conversations, companionship. So when we find ourselves alone, when it seems no one understands what we're going through, when even the closest people feel distant, it hurts deeply. But there is a divine purpose in this temporary solitude. There are phases in life when we need to distance ourselves from the noise of the world to hear the voice of our own soul. Moments when other people's opinions need to be silenced, so we can discover what we truly think and feel. Periods of retreat necessary for us to reconnect with who we truly are. Think of the great spiritual masters throughout history. They all had their moments of desert, their periods of isolation where they were prepared for the mission that would come. And it's no different for you. This solitude you're experiencing isn't abandonment, it's preparation. The divine is separating you from the world for a time so it can speak directly to you, without interference, without distractions. It's in this silence that great revelations happen. It's in stillness that we can process everything we've experienced, heal old wounds, and strengthen ourselves internally. As an Aries, you tend to be an energetic person, always surrounded by people, always on the move. But now the universe is inviting you to a moment of pause, of introspection, of reconnecting with yourself. And trust me, when this period ends, when you emerge from this cocoon of transformation, the right people will begin to appear in your life. True deep connections with souls who truly understand you and move on the same wavelength as you. But first, you need to go through this solitary process of self-discovery. Because only when we know who we are can we attract healthy, authentic relationships. The sixth test lies in the unexpected opportunities that begin to appear out of nowhere. You know that contact who suddenly seeks you out? That idea that shines in your mind like a light? That invitation that arrives at the moment you least expect it? This isn't luck, it's not coincidence. It's synchronicity. It's the universe conspiring in your favor. When we are aligned with our purpose, when we finally open ourselves to receive the new, doors begin to open in magical ways. And the most interesting thing is that these opportunities often come from places we never imagined. You may be expecting an answer from one side, and it comes from a completely different place. You may be focused on one area of your life, and change happens in another you weren't even paying attention to. This happens because the universe sees the whole picture, while we only see a fragment of it. So what we think we need isn't always what would truly benefit us. The divine knows our hearts, our talents, and our potential much better than we do. And when the time is right, the perfect opportunities begin to appear. For you, Aries, these opportunities will likely involve taking the lead on something new. It could be a project, a business, a mission, something that requires initiative and courage. And you have these qualities in abundance even if you sometimes doubt it. The important thing now is to keep your eyes wide open and your heart receptive. Don't dismiss an opportunity just because it seems different from what you imagined. Don't ignore a calling just because it takes you out of your comfort zone. Remember, you're being prepared for something new. So it's natural that this newness will come in ways you don't immediately recognize. Trust the signs, trust your intuition, and above all trust that you're capable of embracing what's coming. The seventh test lies in the physical and emotional transformations you may be noticing in yourself. Perhaps you're sleeping differently, having more energy at certain times and unexplained fatigue at others. Perhaps your body is asking for different foods, changing your habits without you forcing anything. Perhaps your emotions are on edge, you cry easily, you get emotional about things that didn't previously affect you as much. All of this is part of the transformation process that's taking place. When our soul is undergoing a profound evolution, our body and emotions follow suit. It's as if you're being recalibrated on every level, prepared to vibrate at a higher frequency. And this process isn't always comfortable. Sometimes we experience medically unexplained pain, discomfort that comes and goes, a need to be alone, or conversely, an urgent need to be in nature, to seek out places that bring peace. The body is adapting to the new energy entering your life. You're shedding old patterns stored in your cells, releasing traumas stored in your muscle tissue, and renewing yourself from the inside out. And your emotions are doing the same. That crying that comes for no apparent reason? It's a release. That anger that arises out of nowhere? It's an emotional cleansing. That feeling of vulnerability that scares you? It's you finally allowing yourself to feel things you've repressed for years. For Aries, who are usually so strong, so independent, so controlled, this process can be especially challenging. Because you're used to being in control, to not showing weakness, to moving forward without looking back. But now life is asking you to slow down a bit, to look inward, to heal what needs healing. And that requires courage of a different kind. Not the courage to fight, but the courage to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to accept help, to admit that you're going through a difficult time. This is true strength, the kind that comes from humility and authenticity. The eighth test lies in the trials and tests the universe has placed in your path. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, these trials aren't easy. They come precisely to test whether you're truly ready for the next level. You know those situations that make you question everything? That push you to the limit of your patience, your faith, your endurance? They exist for a very clear reason, to separate those who truly want transformation from those who are just saying they do. It's easy to say we want change when everything is going well. It's easy to say we're ready to grow when there are no obstacles in the way. But when things get truly difficult, that's when it shows who will persist and who will give up. And you need to know that every test you face now is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you imagine. Each time you choose to continue despite fear, you are building the character necessary to sustain the blessings that are coming your way. Because there's no point in receiving something great if you're not prepared to maintain it. How many people make fortunes and lose everything in a short time? How many get incredible opportunities, but lack the emotional structure to seize them? This happens because they haven't gone through the preparation process. But you are. Every challenge you overcome now is strengthening you, teaching you lessons you'll use for the rest of your life. It's showing you that you're capable of much more than you thought. Aries has within them the energy of the warrior, the trailblazer, the one who doesn't back down in the face of difficulties. And it's precisely this energy that's being activated in you now. Don't give up when it gets tough. Don't stop when the tears come. Don't give up when exhaustion sets in. Because right there ahead, after this final obstacle, lies the reward that's worth all the effort. The ninth and final test lies in the inexplicable peace that, despite everything, you sometimes feel. A peace that makes no logical sense considering everything you're going through. A strange certainty that even without knowing how, everything will work out. A calm in the midst of the storm that you can't explain where it comes from. This peace is the presence of the divine holding you, supporting you, telling you that you are not alone on this journey. It's the spirit whispering in your heart that the best is yet to come. And this is the most powerful test of all. Because when you can find peace in the chaos, when you can trust even without guarantees, when you can smile even with tears in your eyes, it's a sign that your faith is growing. It's a sign that you are maturing spiritually. It's a sign that you are ready to receive what has been prepared for you. Because life's greatest blessings don't come to the perfect, but to the prepared. And preparation doesn't mean having all the answers. It means having enough faith to walk even through uncertainty. It means having the courage to let go of control and trust the process. It means having the humility to recognize that there's a plan greater than our understanding can grasp. And you, warrior Aries, are showing that you have it all. Every day you wake up and choose to continue despite your doubts. Every time you take a deep breath and decide to trust, despite your fears. Every moment you feel this inexplicable peace, you are saying yes to the new that is coming. You are opening the doors of your heart to receive the abundance, love, and fulfillment that the universe has set aside especially for you. So now that you know the 9 signs that a new stage is being prepared for your life, I want you to reflect deeply. How many of these signs do you recognize in your life right now? How many of these signs are you already experiencing, but hadn't realized the meaning behind them? The truth is, the universe is always speaking to us, but we're not always attentive enough to listen. And now that you know what to look for, now that you understand that every challenge has a purpose, every loss has meaning, every pain is part of the preparation, everything changes. You no longer need to live feeling lost, confused, questioning whether it's worth continuing. Now you know it's worth it, that every step you take, even the ones that seem wrong, are taking you exactly where you need to be. The Aries journey is special because you are the pioneers of the zodiac, the ones who break new ground, the ones who have the courage to be the first. And this new chapter that is coming in your life will demand precisely these qualities you already possess. It will ask you to be courageous, to take the initiative, to lead where others fear to follow. And I'm absolutely certain you're ready for this. No matter how many times you've fallen, how many times you've doubted yourself, how many times you've thought about giving up, you're here watching this video until the end, and that alone shows your determination. It shows that you still have fire in your chest, that you still believe better days will come, that you still have hope for the future. So I want to challenge you now. From this moment on, you will begin to see your life differently. With every obstacle that arises, instead of complaining, you will ask, what do I need to learn from this? With every door that closes, instead of lamenting, you will say, I trust that something better is coming. With every person who walks away, instead of becoming bitter, you will be grateful for the space being opened for true connections. This shift in perspective will completely transform your experience. Because it's not what happens to us that determines our lives. It's how we react to what happens. And you, from today on, will react with faith, with trust, with the certainty that you are being guided and prepared for something extraordinary. And I want you to leave in the comments honestly which of these 9 trials touched you the most. Which one are you experiencing most intensely right now? Share your story, because your words could be exactly what someone else needs to read today. Maybe someone going through the same thing as you will feel less alone upon seeing your comment. And that's the beauty of walking together. No one has to face the battles alone when we have a community that supports each other. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so now. Turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new content that can make all the difference in your spiritual journey. Each video here is created with great care and dedication, aiming to bring light, hope, and guidance to those seeking growth and evolution. And if these messages truly touched your heart, if you felt they were made especially for you, consider becoming a member. Your support is essential for this work to continue, for more people to be reached, for more lives to be transformed. And remember, when you contribute to something that benefits your spirit, the universe always reciprocates in even more generous ways. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell, comment, and share this video with anyone you think needs to hear these words. Because sometimes a simple message at the right time can completely change the course of someone's life. And who knows, maybe you'll be the instrument the universe will use to bring hope to someone else today. I believe in you, Aries. I believe in your strength, your courage, and your infinite potential. And I believe that this new phase that's coming will surprise you in wonderful ways. Stay strong, keep trusting, and above all, keep being the incredible person that you are. A big hug, and until the next video.